This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley Roll-Off Trailers and Gondola Trailer Scrap Haulers, April 4th, 2022. U.S. weekly crude steel production fell to 1.726 million tons on fair demand, also on lower-priced imports taking market share. WTI crude oil price fell hard to $97.27 a barrel, down 13% for the week. This was as the U.S. announced a massive 1 million barrels per day release from the strategic reserve. U.S. weekly crude oil production rose slightly with 11.7 million barrels per day after 9 steady weeks of about 11.6 million. U.S. oil companies remain concerned that overproduction will bring lower prices and lower profits. The U.S. weekly oil rig count rose slightly to 533. This was as the controlled increases ensures the tight supply keeping prices high. Scrap steel number one HMS price was steady at $531.67 a gross ton. Tight supply will bring an increase of about $35 a gross ton or more this week. Hot rolled coil steel price rose to $72.58 per hundredweight, which is $14.52 a ton. This will rise again this week as prime scrap will rise about $80 a gross ton or more for April. Copper price rose slightly to $4.71 a pound, near the March record. This was on concerns about supply disruptions in Ukraine and low demand in China due to COVID. Aluminum price fell to $1.68 a pound, which is $36.95 a metric ton, almost near the record. It remains high on disruption concerns from China, though. China's March General Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index fell to 48.1. This was the second month in a row of factory activity contraction. Output and new orders shrank the most since February 2020. U.S. ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index fell to 57.1. This is good, but the slowest growth in factories since September 2020. Orders, production, and backlogs all slowed as labor shortages improved. U.S. March new jobs fell to 431,000, but this is the 11th month of over 400,000. That makes it a great report. Leisure and hospitality, services, retail, and manufacturing all increased. U.S. March unemployment rate fell to 3.6%, the lowest since February 2020. Total employment rose by 736,000, which is great news. U.S. March labor force participation rate. This is people that are 16 years old or older that are looking for work or are working. It rose to 62.4%. That means a huge 37.6% of the labor force is not working or not even looking for work. We must get more people into the workforce. Tens of millions of people are sitting at home on the sofa and not working. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average. It fell 43 points to 34,818. This was on a good jobs report, which is making it more of a chance that there'll be a May 0.5% interest rate increase. Tarp system and tarp system parts are for sale at Ben Lee. Pioneer, Rollright, Donovan, Arrow, and more. Tarps, arms, cylinders, motors, and more. Call 734-722-8100 and order, or order online at Ben Lee. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.